Hello everyone and welcome. We are here, we are live, we are ready to go, and we are once again in Reentry. This is a space flight simulator. Specifically, it takes the Mercury, Gemini, and Apollo programs and creates a simulation of those and tries to be as realistic as it possibly can. And last week I went through the historical missions for the Project Mercury. These guys here, these three missions here, the Freedom 7, Liberty Bell 7, and the Friendship 7 missions. And I kind of plowed through them really quick. Well, the original plan that I mentioned at the end of the stream last week was that I was going to use this stream to then go through the historical missions for Project Gemini, which are, well, there's just the one right here. But then I started really playing the game a little bit more, and one of the things that happened is I got a YouTube comment that mentioned that when it comes to the historical missions, you actually, I missed out a lot when I did these historical missions because I just plowed through the checklist. I just went through basically what I thought the mission should be, as kind of like I typically do with these things, as quickly as I can, and all of the radio chatter got all mixed up. And at the time I went and said, oh, well, that's because it's an early access game. I made some crack about that, and what are you going to do? But the truth of the matter is I'm the one that messed up, because what you're supposed to be doing is not just plowing ahead on your own. You're supposed to, and imagine this, listen to what's coming at you from mission control and follow their bloody instructions. That's not what I was doing, and that's why everything got all kind of messed up. So I'm thinking, because I don't think that stream really gave a good idea of what these historical missions are like, I'm going to do one of these again. In fact, I'm going to do the Freedom 7. This is this is the first American in space mission. I'm going to be doing that one again, and this time really following the prompts, and I think you'll see that it is a very different experience than what we saw last week in the stream. And it's not very long, it's just a suborbital mission. I'm going to do that. I really actually, this is the John Glenn first orbit mission on the Mercury Atlas 6. That is actually a really fun one because there's a lot going on in that. But the thing is very long. If you go through and actually follow all the prompts, it takes over 3 hours to do the mission. And that's clearly not something I'm going to do in probably just a single stream. It would comfortably fit across 2 streams. But what I thought I would do is, towards the end of this video, is I will put a poll in the chat, and I'll have the chat decide, do you want to explore this or not? And I'm going to do this later in the video so that people have a flavor of what the different options are. But I'm going to start this stream by redoing the Freedom 7 Mercury Redstone 3 mission. Okay. Also, what ended up happening over the course between last stream and this stream is I started playing into this a little bit more deeply, and specifically looking at these campaigns. And there are 4 campaigns here, and I went through and I did the first campaign, which is all based around the Mercury vessel, the Mercury spacecraft, and it has it gives you a bunch of background and all this kind of stuff, and then it has 5 different missions here which progress you through. And actually, those missions, although fictional, are a lot of fun to do. They are structured really nicely. They slowly peel away the hand-holding as you go through the missions in a very nice way. And they have some interesting things happen. Let's go along the way. Let's go with that. And I had a lot of fun with this. In fact, what I would recommend people do is, if you were playing this game yourself, what I would recommend that you do is do the Academy, which is what teaches you about the spacecraft. I did do these Mercury lessons, do all of them, do the final mission, make sure you're comfortable with what's there, and then go into these campaigns before you start going into the missions, because they teach you even more, and then go and do the historical ones. And I want to give people a flavor of what these campaigns are like, so I was thinking I would do the last 2 here. This one called Long Haul, this one called Hawaii. And I'm not going to talk about them too much, but I think I thought they were a lot of fun, and I want to give people a flavor of that. So that's, again, on my checklist to do. So first thing, going to do that Freedom 7 Mercury 3 mission over again. Then I'm going to go and do the last 2 missions in this campaign 1 with the Mercury capsule. But I did promise to get into Gemini, so I thought after all that, and none of those are particularly long, what I will do is go into the campaign that begins with mastering orbital flight, and this one's around the Gemini vessel. And I've not done any of these. The first one's right here. You don't see the next one until after you do the first one, and I've not done the first one, so I'm thinking that's what I'll finish off this stream with. And then while people get a taste of what this is like, that's when I'll do the poll, and I'll ask people, what do you want me to do next week? Do you want me to continue on with this Gemini campaign, or would you like me to do the John Glenn historical mission over a couple of streams? Remember, the whole thing takes about 3 hours. I'm hoping that's all laid out okay. Why don't we just get started? I'll kind of remind people, but I guess the short of it is I'm not quite doing what I said I was going to do. And I will later on get into these historical ones here. And there's a lot here. Like, there is training on the lunar module for the Apollo missions, and there is in the campaign a land on the moon and come back mission. So there's a lot here, a lot more than I thought there was when I was first starting this a week ago. But what we're going to start with is Project Mercury, historical missions, and we're going to do this Mercury Redstone 3. There are actually, once you do it once, you get this second option where it's MCC. This is a free-to-play version of the mission designed to be either be played by yourself or to be used during the online mission. I can't read that. Or to be used during online mission control enabled multiplayer sessions. No idea how that works. I'm assuming you're playing multiplayer where one of you is playing mission control. That's the way I'm assuming that works. And all the mission comms have been removed. We're not going to do that because I think the mission comms are a big part of the experience. So we're going to do this again. And this time I'm going to listen to the prompts. Oh, I'm glad my videos are helping you there, Trainer Red. And welcome all the people that are just joined in while I was going through my sort of blasting through my little bit of an introduction of what the plan is for today. Hey there, right back, Mateus. And I will say this is still an early access game, but oh my goodness, there's a lot here. But there's still more to come, apparently. And this time I'm going to be slowing down, following the prompts, doing what I'm supposed to be doing, not being a hot dog, just flying off and doing what I want. So here we are inside the Mercury capsule. If you watched the stream last week, this is very familiar. And I'm actually, if you press the V button, you get rid of all of this. So I'm just going to get rid of it because it's actually easy just to use the function keys on the keyboard to do that. Hasn't quite finished loading yet. There we go. Mike, welcome to Mercury Redstone 3 historical mission. The cockpit is ready for full internal power and final checks. So we will do that. So we'll say Roger, and it says run the full internal power checklist. Okay, so don't do a checklist unless it actually tells you to do a checklist. So we're going to, and the other thing I learned in this game too is there is a bleed through from these menus to the buttons behind, which can be potentially disastrous. So I always like to look off to the side while I'm working with these menus. So let's see here. We're going to do full internal power. That is you right there. And we will push run. Get rid of that. Okay, so what are we to be doing here? Roger. Complete the checklist. Okay, so full internal power. We are to request Blockhouse to switch to full internal power. So we're going to open up our comms by pressing C. And the request is one of these. Switch to internal power. Disconnected launch vehicle from umbilical power. You are now on internal power. Okay, and we have to make sure our isolated battery was... Oh, I guess those things were already right. And then verify the various bus voltages. So we'll go here to our battery selector. There are 3 main batteries. We want to make sure they're all working. They all are around 23 volts. So 23 volts on that, 23 volts. They're all drawing current. We have a standby battery, which is not drawing anything because it's on standby. Those are there in case the first 3 start failing. And then we have an isolated battery with even more voltage. And the responsibility of that battery is to fire off the squibs that do things like get rid of our launch tower and separate the capsule from the booster. Anyway, we did that, so off we go. Follow the in-game steps to complete final checks. Roger. Get rid of our comms here too. Oh, push launch control when ready. Okay, so we're gonna say we're ready for launch. Remove time 0 cover. Okie dokie. Arm the squibs. Squibs are armed, and arm the auto retro jettison thing. That's for jettisoning our retro rockets. Okay, we're looking at about 12 minutes to launch. And then what you can do is you can time warp a little bit, which you just do with the num keys, and it will stop when there's dialogue to pop up. Server rest.
Rest period.
Okie dokie, roger. And we'll hit time warp again.
Cameras and tape running.
Affirmative.
Yep.
Roger, perform light work task.
Roger, light work.
This is all the stuff I wasn't getting when I did this before because I was blowing right by. The photo lights should be on. I'm going to put those on. Cabin lights are on. Okay, that's good.
Okay.
Roger, perform heavy work task.
No idea
Heavy work task.
what those tasks are.
Okay.
Roger,
But I did
sufficient. Thank you. CO, control fuel.
A squib is something that blows up. Oh, what do we got? Control fuel.
Is 95, manual is 96, cameras and tape recorders are running.
Okay, that's right there. Those are our fuel levels that
Cabin
he's
pressure.
reading off. I don't know how he gets 96 from that.
15.2.
That is
Air
our
temperature.
cabin pressure right there.
94.
Cabin is right there. 94 feels really warm to me, but I'm Canadian.
Oxygen.
What can I do? Oxygen is
100% plus.
right here. Oxygen in the
read out
cabin
your
and
AC
oxygen in the
volts.
suit.
Main
Okay,
is 24.
reading off DC volts. So main is 24.
Number 1 is 25. 2 is 25.
Does that look like 25? Well, whatever.
3 is 25. Standby 26. Isolated 29. But the main current is 29 amps.
Roger, suit and cabin temperature, full CCW.
Okay, we can do that. Let's just turn them full counterclockwise.
Roger, full counterclockwise.
ASCS and fans.
The SCS is 118. Fans is 115.
Okay, so those are voltages. Those are AC voltages.
Minus 3 minutes.
Am I at minus 3? Oh, no, we're
TM
not.
blockhouse, do we gotta go?
Time's a little off.
TM blockhouse, do I have a go?
Capcom, choose one.
Stand by one. I gotta know, I'll have to hold it too. Roger, I'm going to hold. 2 minutes 40 seconds in holding.
There's all this stuff that I missed last
CTC,
week.
TM is go. Roger, understand. TM is go. We have a momentary hold. Stony, hold on with me until I give you the word. Stony, Roger. Holding here. I have not recycled at this time.
Now, I've noticed the countdown doesn't hold. It might be an in-game thing why they can't.
7, rating it loud and clear. Capcom, over to Chase.
I think they just started early enough.
Chase 2.
TM Blockhouse, what are your camera and tape recorders this time?
They're on. What is that?
Okay, if you would like to, I'll get an estimate on this. How soon could you have them back on if I take them off?
All you have to do is give me the word. I've got one switch.
7 standby, Cap. Now I'm still on bombs.
Clearance to resume the count.
All Mercury stations, we intend to pick up. Just keep your camera and tape recorders on. CO, did you verify you got a recorder light?
Sounds like their chatter just ended.
Okay,
Okay.
ready to resume the count?
Roger, ready to resume the count. STE, I'm going to turn it over to Stoney, verify.
Resume the count.
Okay, Stoney, take it over.
Roger. 5 seconds.
Uh, 7 loud and clear, Stoney.
Let's try and do a little more time warping.
7, Roger.
Pretty close to the right on the countdown. Excellent.
Roger. Roger.
Okay, we got 20 seconds.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Lift off.
All Roger, lift off and the clock has started.
Clock has started.
Yep.
Yes, sir, reading you loud and clear.
I can you.
Also realize I probably should show you the rocket for those people that are new. This is the Mercury capsule atop the Redstone rocket. We are just going to be going suborbital. Maybe do a couple of maneuvering
This
thingies.
is Freedom 7. The fuel is go. 1.2 G. Cabin at 14 PSI. Oxygen is go.
I understand. Detect the air, okay.
So what he spends most of his time is actually reading the gauges here just to let mission control know that things are hunky-dory.
Freedom 7 is still go.
How's you looking good?
This is 7. Fuel is go. 1.8 G. 8 PSI cabin, and the oxygen is go.
Oxygen's right there.
I should detect the air, okay.
Cabin pressure is holding at 5.5. Cabin holding at 5.5.
Yeah, the little light on the mission clock here says
Cabin holding at 5.5.
that is the warning.
Fuel is go. 2.5 G. Cabin 5.5. Oxygen is go. The main bus is 24.
Oh, okay, they want me to do voltages. I'll do that.
And the isolated battery is 29.
Right, 3 to 5 to 5. Detect the air, okay.
Yeah, this is our 5 minutes
it's
to
a lot
retrograde,
smoother
which
now,
gives us a
lot
pretty good
smoother.
idea of how soon this is going to be over.
7 here. Fuel is go. 4G.
Dark outside now.
5.5 cabin. Oxygen go. All systems are go.
And what you want to watch here are our...
Systems go. Detector all okay.
5G.
Oops. Our telltale lights along here. Oh, engine cut off. So we should be jettisoning the tower. It's just gone amber.
Tower jettison
There goes
green.
the tower. And next comes the capsule. We should see that. Oh, we're going to switch that off. Yeah, that makes
Disarm.
sense. Just disarm the the tower rocket.
Cap step is green.
That was separating the capsule.
Periscope is coming out.
Periscope's out.
And
There's
the
our
turnaround
periscope
has
view.
started.
And the turnaround, we turn around to retrograde automatically.
SCS is okay.
We are not in control of this.
Control movements.
When the turnaround is complete, I gotta hit Roger. Okay, so we'll just wait. All of these indicators here for pitch yaw and roll will be at 0. Or do we stay on retro? No, it looks like we stay on retro. Okay. There's our capsule, or our booster, by the way, looking back at us. Okay, Roger this.
Okay, switching to manual pitch.
Okay. Did I pull? Yeah. And pitch. And all they want me
Manual pitch.
They want me to pitch down to minus 34. Well, minus. Okay, so pitching down, we're just checking this out. And then we just pitch back up again.
Pitch is okay. Switching to manual yaw.
Oh, I should get back to that. We did. Okay, manual yaw. We don't have a lot of time for this. Pitch off. Yaw on.
Manual yaw.
Okay, go left 10 degrees. And then return to the original altitude. So that's 10 degrees, just the first line. And then back again. I tell you, we're not up here for long. Okay, I'm calling out a win.
Yaw is okay.
Switching to
Switching
roll.
manual roll.
Okay, roll minus, what do we got here? Roll left and roll right, just a few degrees. Okay, rolling left. Rolling right. Going back. Okay, I'm calling it because we're on our way back down probably already.
Roll is okay.
Okay.
Roll okay. Let's go to it.
Oh, we're into our retro attitude here. That's what this
On the
green light is.
periscope. What a beautiful view. Cloud cover over Florida. 3 to 4/10 near the eastern coast. Obscures up through Hatteras.
Retro. 5, 4,
Retro fire coming up.
2.
They can see Okeechobee. Start retro sequence. Identify attitude Island. Identify the reefs.
Okay. Now firing our
Retro
retro
smooth.
rockets.
Very smooth. Retro 2.
Go to.
Retro 3.
Yeah, there's 3 retro rockets and they fire in sequence, not all at the same time.
All 3 retros are fired. Okay, 3 retros have fired.
Okay, just we are arming
Retro
now.
jettison is back to arm.
Yeah, we're getting ready to arm our retro rockets.
Negative.
Switch that back, switch that back. We're all back on manual again. Oh, fly-by-wire? They want us to do that?
Switching fly-by-wire.
Okay. Switch to reentry. Are we going automatically to reentry, or do I have to do that? I think I have to do that. Okay.
Roger, do not have a light.
Yeah, the
I do
light's
not
amber.
have a light. I see the straps falling away. I heard a noise. I will use override. Override used. The light is green. Oh, Roger.
I'm not sure what my re-entry attitude is supposed to
Periscope
be.
is retracting.
Okay, let's stop.
I'm on fly-by-wire going to re-entry attitude.
I don't know what re-entry attitude I'm supposed to take. Let's just get it to do it
Okay,
automatically.
Buster, re-entry attitude.
Plus
Switching
34, okay.
ASCS normal.
I can go to plus 34.
ASCS is okay. Switching HF for radio check.
Okay. There we go.
Reader 7, Capcom, how do you read HF?
Roger, reading you loud and clear, HF, decom me.
Reader 7, Capcom, how do you read it?
Reading you loud and clear, HF, Hummy.
Just fixing my yaw. Oh, I'm starting to re-enter here because I don't have control anymore. Okay, back to UHF. Okay. ACS back to fly-by-wire? It was always on fly-by-wire.
Okay, this is Phantom 7. G build up. 3, 6, 9.
Quite there. 6.
Okay. Okay.
Coming through loud and clear.
Okay. Okay.
I love how he's struggling just to speak with the G's.
This is 7, okay.
G's are dropping now. Okay, re-entry. And we should be seeing our drogue around 20,000 feet, 21,000 feet, I believe. Hopefully.
45,000 feet now.
That actually coincided pretty good.
40,000 feet. I'm back on ASCS.
Oh, okay.
35,000. feet.
Capcom, how do you read now?
Roger, Deke, reading you loud and clear, Hummy.
Switched over to GDI.
Roger. The drogue is green at 21. The periscope is out. The drogue is out.
Okay, the drogue is out.
Okay, a drogue deploy. I've got 70%. Auto, 90% manual. Oxygen is still okay.
So the drogue is out, but the light doesn't come on. But clearly the drogue is out, so I'm just not going to worry about it. That alarm was...
And the snorkel's at about 15,000 feet.
That's why.
Emergency flow rate is on.
So there's a snorkel that ventilates the cabin, and that's what that warning was. Oh,
Main
there's
on
our
green.
main.
Main chute is raised.
And that's our fuels
Main chute
dump.
is green. Main
See,
chute
we're
is coming
zero
unraised
fuel
and
here.
it looks good.
That was that other alarm.
Main chute is good. Rate of descent is reading about 35 feet per second.
Those alarms are expected.
Hello, Capcom, Freedom 7. How do you read? Hello, card file 23. This is Freedom 7. Do you read?
Freedom 7, this is Indian Capcom. Do you read me?
Not getting the drogue light is pretty normal, says John. Oh wait, is it there? No, it's still not there. Yeah. Actually, with the other historical missions, there's all kinds of instrumentation problems, especially when it comes to the ASCS, the attitude control stuff, and the gyros and everything. All kinds of wacky stuff happening, especially with the John Glenn mission, which is part of what makes that one fun.
Let me give you a report.
I don't know if you had
I'm
fun.
at 7,000 feet. The main chute is good. The landing bag is on green. My peroxide has dumped. My condition is good.
Yeah, landing light is this bottom one. Good that that is
Roger.
green. The landing bag.
I understand you're at 7,000 feet. Your main chute is open. Your landing is good. Over.
Landing bag is good. That's
That is affirmative.
keeps it
Please
from
relay.
sinking.
Hello, card file 23, card file 23, Freedom 7, over.
Freedom 7, this is card file 23, over.
This is 7, relay back to Capcom, please. My altitude now 4,000 feet. Condition as before, the main chute is good. The landing bag has deployed, the peroxide has dumped.
All right, understand. Roll. Relay.
Card file 23, Freedom 7.
Go to 7, this is 23.
I'm about 1,500 feet now. The main chute still looks good. Radio descent is indicating 30 feet per second.
All right. Freedom 7, this is 23. I have no transmissions from Cape Capcom. Over.
Roger.
Freedom 7, this is Cape Capcom. Over.
This is 7, go ahead.
You have something to transmit at this time. Over.
Relaying my condition is still good. I'm getting ready for impact.
Roger.
Mission, feel free to power down. I'm not going to bother going through the power down procedures. That's just another checklist. John is mentioning in the chat about on John Glenn's mission. I don't know why the periscope just opened up. Where is that one? Go away. And John Glenn's mission, that's again the long one I mentioned that's over 3 hours to do. They thought that the heat shield fell off, and that discussion is in that mission. It's kind of fun. Again, they were getting indications that the landing bag had deployed, which means that the heat shield would be gone. I should actually turn that on. There we go. Get our rescue coming. And like I said, that's a really fun mission. And as I mentioned later on in the stream, I'll put up a poll and ask you if you want to see that John Glenn first American orbital mission next week, or whether you'd like me to just keep going with Gemini. But that's going to be for later. Right now, we're going to end this session, and we're going to get into some of the Mercury campaigns. So if we go to the campaign, select the this one, the Orbital Survival Campaign. And again, I'm not going to do all of these. They are a lot of fun. If you're playing the game, I would recommend doing these before doing the historical missions, in fact, because there is a little bit of hand-holding that they kind of peel away as you go. But what I'd like to do, again, just to give you a bit of a flavor of how this all works, I want to do this long-haul mission. So, big plans, and this is just to be our... No, it's not going, or it's going to be in orbit for a long time, is the plan. But I do want to draw attention to what the title of this stream is, because there's some scripted things that do happen. And this is, again, another nice short one. I like short ones. But I am hoping that that Freedom 7 mission that we just did gives you more of a flavor of how those historical missions are supposed to feel in this game. All right, we're about 30 minutes, and I'm just waiting for my cues. Waiting for some instructions. Here we go. Mike, you are ready for a long haul. We're at T-minus 90 minutes. Oh my gosh, you are. I didn't notice the 1 hour there. Okay, sure am. Let's get this cockpit set up. Roger, MCC is ready. You know the procedures. Follow the normal checklist to prepare the cockpit, starting with the interior inspection checklist. Okay, let's actually queue that up. This is kind of good because we're starting earlier than we have in the past, so it's nice to get a feel for that. Interior inspection checklist. Add that to the queue. Try to follow the correct timestamp for each of the checklists. That means the 90-minute checklist is done now, and then the abort compatibility checklist at 40 minutes, and so on. Let's actually queue all these up. Why not? So we got the abort compatibility at 40 minutes, and then we have the abbreviated interior check at 20 minutes, and then the full internal check at 10 minutes, and then the final checklist at 5 minutes. Okay. Roger. Get rid of that. There's not going to be any voiceover on this one. No, you have to read it. Okay, so let's see. Some of this stuff might already be true. These batteries may already be on. The buttons are behind me, so we're going to find out very shortly by hitting check, and it blew by them, so they are on. Okay, we got fuses. Oh, our fuses are all off, so we're just gonna have to put them all on, aren't we? On, and then on, and on, and on, and on, and on, on. I'm really not even reading them, just I know they all have to go on, and on. And then we're on the other side where there are more fuses. Boop, boop, and boop. Okay. Auto retrojet to arm, and retro delay to instantaneous. Okay, and turn on our photo lights and TLM low frequency. I don't know what that is, but we are turning it on. Okay. The fire retro push button right there has the cover on it. It does. The retro push button has the guard on it. It does. Jettison retro button, yep. Okay, so that is good and good. Those guys were already in the right positions. We got to check our fuel. So fuel is at 100 and 100. That is good, that is good. Rate of descent meter is at 0, which is a good place for it to be right now. The altimeter check. Altimeter is at 0. Satellite clock, the time of day. You know, it took me a little while because I was like going, this says 8:33, and then this is saying what, like 12:33? I don't get, and then I realized this is on universal time. It's embarrassing how long it took me to figure that out. Satellite clock check time from launch is right there. It's zeros, which it should be, because we haven't launched yet. Satellite clock check time to retrograde is 9 hours away. Rate indicators are centered. That is these guys, and they are. Attitude indicators check. I'm assuming that's probably right. Verify that the time 0 button cover has been removed. It now has. Cabin check. Cabin pressure check is right there. Cabin air temperature is right there. Again, we're looking like 95 degrees. I guess this is Florida. Suit environment indicator check is this guy here. Temperature of our suit and also the pressure in the suit. Oxygen quantity should be at 100%. They both are. That's both for that's primary oxygen and secondary oxygen. You use the oxygen from primary, and then secondary comes after that, in case you need it. Suit fan to norm. ASCS AC bus to norm. Standby battery on. Isolated battery to standby. AC voltmeter should read about 115 volts. I'll buy that. UHF to high. Transmit to off. And oh yes, all of these guys turning on. These are our alarms. We want these alarms all to be on tone so that we'll hear a sound if one of these lights up, and then you flip it back the other way if you want the sound to go away, which I did a couple of times on the last mission. Set suit temperature, cabin temperature, and inverter temperature to 3. Boom, done. MIP maneuver is on. Again, not sure what that is. Okay, and then we do an abort capability test at 40 minutes. So we're going to do some time warping. Ah, we got a reprint of the Gemini familiarization manual. Now this is Mercury here. There are full. I should actually show people that you do have access. If I go to Shift and M, you do have access to manuals. This is the in-game Mercury manual, which is a PDF. You can get it online. You can also print it off and all that kind of stuff. But there's a lot here, probably more than I'll ever read, that's for sure. And there's also, if I go back, how do I go back? Is it just this one? Yeah, the actual, I think this is like the NASA one. Yes, it is. We're not like, so if you want to go real hardcore, oh my gosh, it's downloading it. There's an actual, actual NASA document. Oh my god, yeah. That's for the hardcore only. Okay, where are we at? What do we got to do? We got to do 40 minutes, 40 minutes, 40 minutes, 40 minutes. We got to do our abort compatibility test. Okay, I say that's close enough to 40 minutes. Okay. We do ammeter to normal. Bam. We arm the squib. That is for jettisoning our launch tower. We put the DC selector to ISO because it's the isolated battery that actually fires off said squid. Abort compatibility test. We have to request it. So open up communications and we do... Oh, okay. He's a little ahead. Yeah, I'm a little ahead of you. Okay, the abort compatibility test. Where's the abort compatibility test? Request abort compatibility test. Abort compatibility test check started. Abort light should illuminate and the amp should spike. Oh, okay. Let's pay attention to that next time. So let's do another one. Abort light on and the amps are spiking over here. These ones. I'll trust it. Okay, we'll check that that's been done. Test complete. Oh, and then I did a second one, didn't I? Okay. Monitor bus voltages and battery currents and the abort light. Well, okay, I was a little slow on that. Okay, so that's that one. Now we go to 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Do our abbreviated interior check. This time I'll wait for them to... I'll wait for the prompt to come up. Okay, complete the abbreviated interior check. Okay. Roger. I'm gonna do it. Check. Oh, everything, all that stuff that it just blew through was already set in the right spot. I think it was just going over these fuses again. Retro delay to normal. Control fuel primary to... Oh yeah, that's just checking it, that the two fuels that are at 100% and 100%. Both primary and secondary. Cabin pressure indicator is right there. It still says the same as before. Cabin temperature indicator right there. Suit environment indicators. Oxygen primary and secondary. Okay, DC main to main. Looking at the main bus. Beacon to continuous, I guess that's what that is. Alright, and now we got to do the full internal 10-minute check. That's coming up next at 10 minutes. Okay, switch to full internal power and perform the... Okay, so we got to... We'll do the remaining two checklists. Okay. So we have to make a request to go to full internal power. There we go. Disconnect the launch vehicle from the umbilical power. You are now on internal power. I did that. Isolated battery to norm. Standby batteries are off. Verify battery bus voltages. Okay, so main 1. We should be seeing like this voltage around 23 volts and a current on the first 3, and then no current. Again, a voltage, but no current on the 2 standbys, and then a big voltage, no current on the isolated one. Final checks at 5 minutes. Okay. And I'm not sure I'm going to get a prompt this time because it said do the last 2. So I'm going to assume that. Okay. So launch control to ready. We are ready to go. The comms off there. This goes transmit to UHF. Perform radio test. Okay. Open up the comms. Radio check. Radio check. Radio check. Mike, we read you 5x5 on UHF. Verify the cap has been removed. I have done that. DC to battery 1, and I think we're ready to go for our countdown now. So we can just time warp this all the way. And the mission's actually going to be shorter than... I think I've already sort of spoiled that a little bit. Oh, 60 seconds. Good luck today. Thanks. Will be a good flight, I hope. I don't think astronauts ever talk that way about hope. I hope this all goes okay. Indeed, just try not to bump into any switch or two. Roger, I will try my best. Okay, get to 10. Oh, just auto stopped it there. And we're disconnected and we are off. Clock has started. Yep. What is my favorite space-time game? I'm being asked by Mateus. I know that was a while ago, but I'm just catching up now. It has to be KSP. I mean, to me, there's still no game that compares to that. We see a malfunction in battery 1. Set it to off. For the ascent, we have a team inspecting the telemetry. Okay, so I've got to... back here, battery 1, turn that off by pulling that little knobby off. That's like in the worst spot. So our battery 1 is off. 2 and 3 are still good. Roger. Will this have any impact on the mission duration? No, the remaining 2 batteries should hold for many more hours than needed. We are still go. Roger, I'm picking up some heavy vibrations a bit early on max Q. Missile telemetry is looking at the data. Roger, awaiting procedures. We are still go. Booster and sustainer is showing nominal values with a few slight exceptions. Nothing to worry about. Trajectory seems normal. I think they're picking up a shimmy. Picking up a bit of a shimmy. Okay, so in case you missed it, our 1 battery is out. And our pilot here is complaining that it's feeling a little choppy. But they're looking into it. Abort, abort, abort. And the abort is, you can see our abort lights on. It's shift, control, and Z. There we go. There goes our abort. Our tower just fired, pulling us away. And the tower just jettisoned. Tower's firing. And we are spinning around to retrograde, I'm assuming. That feels like actually we're not spinning around to retrograde. Not 100% sure what I should be doing. That's looking straight down, more or less. Oh, here we go. This is making me feel better. I think we're up pretty high, though. Like, the sky's really dark. Yeah, we are in an orbital setup, I think we should probably put this on Reentry. That to me seems like the right... I haven't been asked to do it yet, but that seems like the right thing to do. To go into the Reentry profile. Though honestly, I don't know. That profile might be different now. Okay, so that was the capsule. We're separated from the capsule. I can show people here. Like we're just floating here. We do have our retro rockets still on the craft. We are up pretty high. So I'll wait for instructions on what to do with the retro rockets. Whether they want me to get rid of them or not. Is there an abort checklist? Yeah, there probably is. That's a very good point. But it depends on where you are, doesn't it? Checklists. What's the abort? We can look at that in the meantime, though. Aborts. Emergency procedures. Doom, 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 doom. I guess I'm in the emergency landing procedure. I don't see anything specifically talking about aborts. Oh! Retros are jettisoned. You are on a suborbital trajectory. Recovery is being instructed as we speak. Okay, so... yeah, the tower is gone. That happened before. Capsule turnaround should start. You will be going through a normal recovery procedures. Okay. So we can... if the retro pack is still attached, jettison it with the manual override. I don't think it is still attached. We'll look to see if the lights... yeah, let's get rid of this. Oh, I don't see the light is not on, so I don't like that, so we'll... it was armed. Okay, the light's not on, but I'm pretty sure I heard it go. Prepare for a reentry. Manual maneuver is to reentry attitude. If needed, engage ASCS if attitude is wrong. No, I think our attitude's good. Oh, it's doing the automatic roll, too. That's a good sign. Or roll does not initiate. No, the roll did initiate. Roll is good. It's spreading the heat around on the heat shield. And we can cheat and actually look. Is our... yes, see, our retro rockets are gone. Of course, that's a luxury that actual astronauts wouldn't have. I think we're good. I think we're good. I think we just need to fall back down. I'm noticing there's a little light here that tells you when you start pulling 0.05 G, so that means we are starting to come back in the atmosphere. Though there's nothing on the accelerometer yet. That's still a little bit above zero. So we are starting to decelerate. That's a good thing. I'm gonna just take... no, I just see black out there. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I should probably bring up the landing. So before 30,000 feet, we should make sure our emergency drogue chute is on true. All the fuses are on, so that should be okay. 21,000 feet, we should be seeing our drogue come out. Oh, here we go. A little bit of an adventure. Notice the retract scope light is amber. The scope is retracted, so I'm not... I think if I put it on manual, it will come out. I don't want to do that. There goes our drogue. Fibonacci 1, do you read? That's... I named the ship, by the way. Loud and clear, drogue is out. Okay, we got our... oxygen alarm. That means our snorkel is out. Seems like we had some communication issues. We were about to turn blue here. Good to see you again. Roger, waiting for mains now. Let's land this. Okay, it does say I should still pull out the snorkel. I think it came out automatically, but it doesn't hurt to pull that. And then, what this one? Emergency O2 handle. I think... I don't know. I don't know what that does. I shouldn't guess. And there's our mains. Excellent. And our landing bag is amber. And landing bag is green. We've dumped our fuel. That's what that alarm's about. Excellent. We should be changing this to UHF DF. Okay. And then we're supposed to pull this out. The regulator handle. I'm guessing this maybe ventilates the cabin. I'm not sure because our altitude's so low. Honestly, not too sure. Or maybe it seals the cabin because we're about to go in the water. That's possible too. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Well, that was a rather short flight. Yeah, a bit too exciting. We will analyze the data to see what went wrong. Yes, we sure will. We'll prepare for splashdown. Okay, landing bag light is green. And I'll just not worry about after impact. We'll just clear that. Roger. Roger, roger. So not all the campaign missions, by the way, end in failure like this one did, but I did think it was kind of fun to just show you that the game does model an abort. You know, we saw that the tower fired. It pulled us away from the booster and then jettisoned, and we are very slowly coming down. I don't even see this altimeter drop. Oh, yeah, I guess it's dropping, but oh my gosh, we're slow. There's our pickup. And again, for those that don't know, this is the landing bag they're talking about. And with John Glenn on mission control, they were getting indications that the landing bag was deployed, which is not good for the heat shield. So that's what they were all really concerned about. But here now, everything seems to be doing okay. We're almost there. What happens if you do not what mission control wants you to do? If you don't do what mission control wants you to do, first of all, it does mess up the dialogue options that start to pop up. That's the thing I just covered last week. What happens depends on what you do. I've yet to kill myself in this game, but I'm assuming it's entirely possible. I mean, you have the ability to do all kinds of things. Like, I can decompress the cabin and use up all my oxygen and die. I could do all kinds of dumb stuff. I could disable the chutes. So if I came down here, like, where is my main chute? Oh, I don't have the ability to disable my main chute? I don't. Oh, yes, I can. I have to come over here and just turn off the fuse. Yes. So if I went to my drogue chute, wherever that is, one of these should be for the drogue chute. See, I can turn off my landing bag, right? And then that won't get deployed. I can turn off my main chute. I can turn off my drogue chutes, right? Like if I just flip these switches. So yeah, there's got to be ways to kill yourself, I would think. Maybe I should put that one to the test. Okay, we're going to do one more of these campaigns. Orbital survival. We're going to do the last one. And again, just to give you a different flavor of what's going on. So this one's called Hawaii. This is the last Mercury mission, is almost complete after almost 36 hours in orbit and currently in the 24th orbit. It's time to fire those retros and head back home. And if that's all that was going to happen, I probably wouldn't be showing this to you. And then once this one's done, we'll start looking at that Gemini campaign. Okay, so we are in orbit. Welcome to Zanzibar. Oh, we've just, yeah, wow, we're just going into the Indian Ocean here. Congratulations on completing the objectives, Mike. It is the last orbit of the mission, and all that remains is to fire the retros and get back home. So I'm guessing we're gonna cross over and get ready for our retro burn, which is still a little bit away. Thank you, ZZB. Looking forward to stretching my legs in some fresh ocean air. I can imagine. Let's prepare for retros. Correct your current attitude and rates. The retros will be firing, and oh my gosh. Oh, I got excess. I've had these ones before. Just turn these off. We'll deal with them in a little bit. Excess H2O in the cabin in the water. It has to do with these being too low or something. I'm going to just keep them off for now. Correct your current attitude and rates. Retros will be fired as planned at CSQ with a splashdown close to Hawaii. Roger. We will soon be out of contact. Maintain retrograde attitude and prepare the cockpit for retro fire before reaching CSQ. This is Fibonacci 1. There seems to be some issue with electricity. MCC, this is Fibonacci 1. Can you hear me? I have a major electrical issue. We'll try to correct and prepare for retro fire. Okay. What is my electricity issue? I have 0 volts. All 3 batteries are dead. Okay, I got voltages on the standby. So obviously this is the put the standby batteries on. Okay, do I have the main bus now? Okay, I have main buses. I have volts on the main bus, but my main 3 batteries are dead. My 2 standbys are good. Okay, I think I've rectified that, but what I want to do, let's turn that off. I want to look behind here. Main battery, I'm just going to turn these off. So that's battery 1, battery 3. That's the isolated battery, which I clearly do not want to touch. I think I go here and here. Yeah, behind the other side. There's main 2. What I find weird is main 2, the main battery number 2 is on a switch, and all the rest of these are these push buttons. And these are the standbys, which I'm now working on. Don't want to mess with that. Okay, so we have electrical issues. We also seem to be spinning. That's not good. So let's see if we can just put this on normal. See if the... Okay, those are all in. Oh, manual was out. Okay. We have plenty of fuel. So will this correct itself is the question. Or is it just botched? Let's see what it does. This does not feel good. I don't think it's doing anything. So we're going to go back to fly-by-wire. Okay, let's zero out the yaw. Just been spinning here. Okay, my yaw indicator doesn't work. Okay, the yaw indicator is busted. Busted. I did this last weekend, and now I'm forgetting what all happened. So, my yaw indicator is flat out not working. Does pitch work? No. I have 0. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I do have... Okay. I do have attitude control, but none of these indicators are working. So we're going to have to... Why is our periscope out? Let's open the periscope. Oh, it might be open. Yeah, it is. It's just pointing at the sky. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is just pitch down and see where that horizon is. So we're going to do this looking out the window. And it was actually doing this that I finally realized what these numbers are for. So, oh, are we at... Oh, no, here we go, here we go. That looks like horizon. So we're at night too? Are we really at night? Okay, let's fix the roll. Okay. At least these guys are working. The rate indicators are working. It's the actual... Okay. Now, I have 0 idea. I'm going to put this on rate command because that makes... I'm pretty sure it dampen out on its own. I'm not entirely sure I'll be able to do much at night. Okay, I got a green filter. There's my red filter. Okay, I gotta be going backwards. So I have dampened out the pitch and the roll. So I'm just gonna roll or yaw this. I'm yawing right now to the point where it feels like I'm going backwards on this scope. I can't see anything out the frickin' window. But I got a feeling I'm gonna have to wait for daytime. Okay, let's okay, the yaw's been zeroed out. I'm going forward. I am not going backwards at all. This is, like, you can see, like, items on the surface here going by, but we are going forward. So this is, this would be better known as prograde. So we need to spin this around retrograde. Do I have an in-flight emergency checklist? Yeah, I probably do. I probably do. That's a good plan. So while this is spinning around, in-flight emergency checklist. Shoot, I just turned that to red. I don't like that. Emergency procedures. Launch and ascent to orbit retrograde. Okay, launch and ascent. I guess we're in orbit. In the event of emergency requiring immediate abort. No, if the conditions permit. Okay. Stabilization systems emergency. Failure of automatic mode. I call that. So, manual fuel handle. Fuel handle. Push rate command. I already did that. RSCS switch to rate command. I did that. Maybe pull out the manual. Yeah, pull out the manual handle. Stop the tumbling. I did that. Reposition the capsule to the correct orbit attitude. Working on that. Switch to manual mode. So put this on auxiliary dampening. That's aux on. I think that's that one. Okay, well, I think I'm kind of doing it. I don't know, in all of that time, I may have... Oh, we're in daytime. Daytime's good. I think I spun all the way around doing that while I was talking. So let's spin back. Okay, let's put this filter back on just normal daylight. Daytime's good because I can see the surface a lot better. Is this game on Xbox? I sincerely doubt it. I sincerely doubt this game is on Xbox. Okay. I think I'm upside down. I feel like I'm going backwards now looking out the window, but I really feel like looking at here that we are upside down. So I'm rolling the craft. I find a combination of looking at the periscope and looking out the window really does help. All I want to be is right side up. I'm not sure if I did the right thing there. It's just this feels upside down. Just pitch up. Okay, I got till I'm over Hawaii, right? And we're over the Indian Ocean right now, so I'm okay. And I got lots of fuel. Okay. This is better. This is much better. There we go. Now we can see things. I need to spin this way. I want to see things going backwards. What game is this? The game is Reentry, Chris. And we have had... all the automated Systems. Okay, I'm going to stop our yaw here. Oh, I'm still rolling. Oh my gosh, come on. I'm getting my buttons mixed up. Stop it. Pitch up. Okay, that feels better. Things are going backwards. I think I still need to yaw a little more this way. So we have lost our automated control system. Okay, let's stop our yaw and think about what's going on. We have also lost all of these indicators. They flat out don't work. Now what we can do, I don't know, maybe if I fiddle with the gyros, if we free the gyros. Oh no, if I put this on gyro's cage, these are all supposed to go to 0 and they aren't even moving. They're borked. Like somebody's bubblegum is in there or something. Okay, let's see. Alright. Now, how long till retrograde? We have 10 minutes to retrograde. Okay, we do have to get our crap together. I should really look at those checklists for retrograde as well. I'm not going to accomplish anything if I get this all set up only to find out that all of these, you know, the retrograde stuff's not retro. Add that on. Okay. So let's just make sure that this is at least right. So 30 minutes to retrograde. We're not even at... Yeah, we're 9 minutes to retrograde. So let's do this. So suit temperature, all this stuff goes to 7. We'll turn this all off. This is going to get hot enough in here as it is. Oh, I noticed my O2 alarms have gone away, so that's cool. I'll leave those off. Emergency retro sequence fuse to true. Oh, I'm glad I'm checking this. Emergency retro jet fuse to true. Retro manual fuse to true. Maintain retro attitude. Yeah, okay. I know that much. Okay. We're going to do this by looking out the window. And at 5 minutes, keep flipping that visor. Five minutes, we should see this light comes on. That's all that says. Okay, let's look down here. What is going on here? This still feels like I'm drifting. Again, I want to see things like I'm going backwards. Feels like there's still some sideways here. Looking in the periscope. Thankfully, we have plenty of fuel. Looks like there's a slight drift this way. A little further. Very slight drift to the right. That's feeling okay. That's feeling okay. Alright, let's look out the window then. F7. Or F9. That's one. That feels good too. Okay, so I'm going to kind of try and just... Again, none of these indicators here are working other than the rates here. So I'm going to try... Okay, let's get ourselves to 5 minutes to retrograde. We are at 6 minutes to retrograde. So I'm going to dare a little bit of time warping. I feel like I'm going backwards. We'll go until we see this 5 minutes to retrograde light come on. Should be seeing that pretty soon. No checklist for if all these are borked. Okay, so 4, 3, 2, 1, and 5 minutes to retrograde. Boink. Okay, that's good. Oh, the rest of this is just looking at lights. Okay. So we need to get ourselves... We're going to wait for this retro sequence light to come on. And we need to be in retro attitude. Now, retro attitude is actually marked on here, and it's at minus 34 degrees pitch. Now, this needle doesn't help us, but that's what the window's for. The window has a minus 34 up here, and if you put the horizon so that it lines up with pretty close to the top of the window, you should be at a minus 34 pitch. Right about there. Now, this only works if you push, like if you actually look at the window view. So that is, you know. And the other thing I want to see is that my roll is good. And that I'm going straight backwards. That looks pretty straight backwards, don't you think? I think so. Pitch has gone too low again, but... Okay, I'm going to look at this. That looks pretty zeroed out. Okay, we're going to get a little closer. We got 3 minutes and 30 seconds to retrograde. Oh, good morning. Great to see you again, Fibonacci 1. Nice for you to check in. We seem to have some issues here with telemetry data. Status report. I have issues with the electrical system, attitude instruments, and with the ASCS. Horizontal scanners are probably gone too. Roger, telemetry is correct then. Let's work this out. Did you turn off the main batteries yet? Yes, I did. Seems like the radio works, so you have power. Can you use the window and the periscope for attitude control? Will do. I've already been doing that. All over it. I know what to do. What do you need mission control for? The thing I'm the least confident with is yaw. That I'm going straight. I think I maybe need to go a little more right. Oh my god. Oh, so I can see that. There we go. You know, I went a little bit to the right. Now I'm not... I think it's okay. I think it's okay. How much to retrograde? 1 minute and 48 seconds. And that's when we're going to see this retro sequence light come on, which means we are about to go. And I need to be in retro attitude. And retro attitude, we want that light green. If that light's not green, we're potentially in some trouble. Let's zoom out a bit so I can see. Well, it's hard to see all the important information at the same time. Of course, things are drifting too. You can never quite zero everything out. You think, oh, I'm supposed to be nose down. John's saying I am supposed to be pitched down at minus 34 degrees. That is supposed to be my retrograde orientation, or the orientation for the retrograde burn. That's why it says retro right here at about minus 34 degrees. So I am supposed to be nose down. Not a pure retrograde burn for whatever reason. I don't know why that is, but it is. Okay, time to retrograde is, 5 seconds. Okay, so we're going to see this sequence light come on. And retro attitude is amber. I don't think that's good. It should be green. I think my pitch is okay. What I'm not confident with is my roll. So I'm going to roll back and forth. No, I think more the other way. And in all hopefulness, we'll be close enough. Oh, never mind. We have retrograde. It's what it is. Oh boy. As long as we go down, we might not go down where they want us to go down, but as long as we go down. So there goes. Okay. We recommend you shut down the programmer by setting its fuse to off for the remainder of the flight and remain in manual attitude control. So the programmer, this includes manual jettison of the retros and triggering the 05G light and the chutes. Start by separating the retros when ready. Okay, so first of all, I got to turn off that programmer. That is down this way. The programmer is the circuitry that deals with everything automatically. We need to jettison our retros. There, that is off. We have an alarm. What? Oh, those are our... Oh, okay. I'm just going to ignore that. Okay, we need to be in reentry orientation, which, as far as I know, is just simply pitching up. I honestly have no idea what's right and what's wrong on that. Okay, I'm going to clear this. I don't think any of this is going to be helpful. We are descending. I can see that, so that's good. Wonder what the game would do if you burned yourself. Oh my gosh, I need to be more up. Zero this out. Oh my gosh, you're spinning and you're yawing and you're doing everything wrong. Okay, I'm going to do this by the periscope. I feel like I'm going forward. That can't be right. That can't be right. Let's pitch down. I need to go this way. I think my yaw was drifting there, and I think I... Okay, zero that out, zero that out. Look at your indicators. Going down. Okay, zero out pitch. Now it feels like I'm going backwards, so I'm going to pitch up. And all I notice is when you go re-entry, all you see is stars. Okay, zero at the pitch. I'm going to go with this line, must mean something. And maybe if I put it on the right, on the horizon. I'm looking at the periscope here. That is right. I have no idea. Okay. Watch the shadow. It shouldn't move. What shadow are we talking about? I'm not sure what shadow we're talking about. Sorry. Oh, I was pitching too high. Sorry, I'm not watch the shadow, Oliver says. I'm not sure. Oh, my own shadow as the sun goes through. That's true. But these are working. These drifting things. That feels better. This feels okay. And I'm seeing stars out here. And I think that's good. And I'm going to go by this. But this feels like I'm going backwards. And I'm pitched up a little bit. And hopefully I won't drift too much again. No, I forgot to look at these. And I didn't realize I was drifting in the yaw. And so all of this stuff I'm going to have to do manually. I don't know when. Am I pulling any G's yet? No, I don't think so. No. There's nothing here that gives you what your altitude is either. Like, the altimeter here tops out at 100,000 feet. Which is not too useful. I'm actually feeling okay right now. I think this feels good. I can also look at the stars. Get a little bit of it. I feel like I'm yawing a bit actually looking at the stars. Checklist. Yeah, I'll get into the checklist. I kind of know how this is supposed to go. But the checklist is a lot. Well, yeah, maybe checklist. That's a good idea. Checklist. There should be an emergency landing procedure. Emergency landing on. Oh, it doesn't give you a checklist. Nah, I'll just do it. Just do it. Mission control will keep telling me what to do. I'm just gonna go a little this way. I feel like I drifted. Am I pulling any G's here? Is that needle moved? I can convince myself it's moving, but I don't think it is. Yeah, I did jettison my retro rockets. That's good. Still feel like every once in a while my yaw is drifting out. I'm using the scope more than anything else. Still no G's. We're supposed to be coming down around Hawaii. Ugh, it's looking like we're coming pretty close to it on there. Use the stars. Yeah, I am. I think you can use the stars to sort of give you an idea. I don't know. That feels like I'm pitching down, but I'm not sure if it's me pitching down or me moving backwards why this star is moving. Feels like it's moving pretty quick. I'm going by this. I'm going to keep using this. If I'm pitching down, I'll eventually see the horizon. And I see no sign of it. I think this is just me moving backwards. Yeah, I'm not sure you get to... I don't know about spacewalks, how that works. The character model for the astronaut's pretty, like you can see even with its hands. Like how they're... Maybe something for later. Like, never... I mean, I don't expect to see animations of hands moving, hitting switches. That would be way too much, but... The way this one hand is feels kind of funny. So, seeing a spacewalk would be... That means leaving the seat. That feels to me hard to do. Okay, I want to start seeing some G's. I might do a little time warping too. Just try and speed this up a bit. So let's try 4. It's 10 times speed. It's not like KSP, by the way, that when you time warp, your attitude freezes. Notice that. Oh, okay. Oh, our light came on. That was supposed to not happen. I turned the programmer off. Okay, so we are coming down now. I think I just hang on. Our 0.05 G light just came on. I thought that was supposed to happen manually, but oh well. That is definitely off. What do we get looking out the window? Nothing but stars. Definitely not moving anymore, though. We might be, Oh! Welcome to Hawaii. Let's land this capsule. Okay. No, I still have some attitude control, so I am not that much into the atmosphere yet. Sounds like a good plan. Maneuver to attitude to trigger trigger the 05G when ready. That triggered already. I don't know. Keep manual attitude control during re-entry. Roger, will do. Enjoy your view of Hawaii as you fly over. We'll see you on the other side of the atmosphere. Good luck today. Okay, I'm gonna actually re-put out the scope because I think this is helpful. If things start getting hot, I'll retract the scope, but I think the scope is helpful to me. But I know the air gets so thick that these start jumping around at one point. Like right now. Oh, I can't. There. No, that was me. That was me jumping around, not those things. But I still have quite a lot of attitude control, so... Oh, the yaw indicator's starting to jump around. See that? Yeah, so is the pitch one. So that means so I'm going to retract the scope because I think I am losing my attitude control. I'm going to put it in a roll because it's supposed to do that. And now just hope for the best. The G meter may very well be broken. That's very possible. Let's not assume everything is broken. It has come off of 0. But we're still less than half a G. No, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling that everything's good. I have good attitude control. Everything's been very cheerful. I don't like these. I'm going to see if I can get these lights to turn off by turning these up a little bit. Yeah, see how that works. See, I would think having those... I'm going to put this on 6. I would think excess H2... I'm just sweating here. That's why there's excess H2O. Turn the heaters up just a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Fun starting. G's are building. G's are building. You actually, I think, pull more G's on the suborbital ones. See, I'm not at 6 G's yet. Well, before, I think it was tapping out around 9. Well, 6 G's. It's getting higher. 7, 7.5. You know, I'm looking at the time of the stream. I think I'm going to start my poll now as to what do people want to see for next week. So I'm just going to set that up while this is hopefully doing it mostly on its own. How do I do a poll again? There we go. Start a poll. So... Oh, I went over the number of characters. Give me a sec. Okay, and... Alright, so I'm starting a poll. And you let me know what it is you want me to do next week. I was hoping to get into the Gemini today, but I'm seeing now that that's likely not going to happen. So again, the two options are to do the John Glenn Friendship 7 getting into orbit Mercury mission. It's a 3-hour plus mission. That is the first option, or one of the options. And then the other option is to get started with the Gemini campaigns, which I was going to start today, but I'm looking at the time and thinking that's not going to happen. Okay, Fibonacci 1, do you read? Loud and clear. Okay, I got to watch my altitude. We're falling fast. So I got to get ready at with the drogue at 21,000 feet. Let's remove the cap. Yeah, I wonder how far off you have to be before you kill yourself. I should try and play around and, you know, maybe like come in pointy end first. See if that kills me. I don't know. I would hope it would. Alright, so just about time to deploy the drogue chute. I'm calling that right now. Drogue. Hello? Hello, drogue. Is there a fuse off? Oh my gosh. Drogue? Jeepers, creepers. How did that turn off? Did I turn that off? Roger. Okay, drogue is out. Oh my golly jumps. Let's open up the snorkel. Turn off that alarm. What the happy heck is that? I think at 10,000? I could be checking the checklist for this. I should. Checklist. Landing. I think it's 10,000 for the main. Just regular landing. Here we go. No, not the emergency landing. Just regular landing. By the time I find this, we're going to be crashed. Add that on. Okay. I did that. Oh, I did forget to put that fuse on. Snorkel's out. Emergency handle out. Main. Main is yellow. Oh god, main. Main now. Main now. Oh my gosh. I let that go too low. Okay. That's the fuel dump. That's fine. Okay, okay, we're okay. A little slow there. Main light is green. UHF thingy. Push this regulator out. Landing bag tail light is green. Good. We'll flip that anyway, just to make sure. And then after impact, we won't worry about it. Excellent. A bit of a tense ending to an otherwise well-executed mission. Great save on the electrical system and attitude control. Indeed it was, but any landing you walk away from is a successful one, so let's analyze and learn from it. Indeed, the last Mercury mission is soon complete. Yes, hope to fly that Gemini. We have just scratched the surface of space exploration. This is Recovery. We have you in sight. Welcome back. Okay. Resume the mission. Oh, there's still some more. Thank you. A lot of celebration here. Enjoy some time on your own. Okay. You're done. Roger. Flashdown. End the session. Okay, let's end the mission. Let's end the mission. Oh boy, it is close. It is close. It looks like starting the Gemini campaign is leading by a hair. Jeepers, do I want to take a look at that first mission? Let's take a look at that first mission while that still goes. So let's see what people are voting for. I think I got a little bit of time. Let's see what people are voting for. So this is the campaign 2, Mastering Orbital Flight with the Gemini Titan rocket, I believe is what we're going to be looking at. There is a bunch of stuff here just talking about the actual historical Gemini mission. Talking about the makeup of the craft. The craft is a lot more sophisticated. What's interesting is, I mean, like, it's got a computer on it, which is actually a ton of fun to play with. What's interesting about the Gemini, though, is despite all the extra stuff they put in it, they put in a lot more manual control for the astronauts. I'm assuming the astronauts did not like how much of Mercury was done automatically, and now a lot of Gemini is actually manual, including things like separating the capsules and stuff like that. Okay, but we'll get right down here to the mission. So the mission's called A New Spacecraft. After a few successful test flights with the Gemini Titan II launch vehicle, it's your turn to be the first who will test the new Gemini spacecraft, and for the first time try to change the shape of the orbit using the OAMS thrusters. The USSR has already beat the US in having a multi-crew flight using their Voskhod spacecraft, but this is yet to be tested in a US flight. So let's do it. So the new Gemini spacecraft is ready for its maiden flight, and the flight has been assigned to you and your crew. The goal is to test some of its core system and its maneuvering capabilities. Okay, let's launch. Let's launch. Okay, so start the Gemini campaign is now at 62%. It's built a bit of a lead. People might be getting a little tired of Mercury. I can understand. Okay, Oliver, thank you. Have a good night. Okay. Now, I have gone through all the Gemini lessons, including passing my final exam. So I did do all the lessons, so I'm not doing this completely cold. And if we just look a little bit to the right, oh my gosh, we got a lot of switches. And like switches up there, and switches over here, and holy jolly moly. Okay, so yeah, this is a much more of a machine than what we've had so far. Okay, good morning, Mike. How are you feeling? Seat's okay. Roger, feeling good, all strapped in. Also, the thing that's, we are now in the command seat. That is the pilot seat. Obviously, we have 2 crew, and you got to do both. Okay, sounds good. Once again, you are the first to fly it, Mike. We are all excited for the mission and seeing this state-of-the-art spacecraft fly. So are we, Patrick. Aaron and I will, I guess that's Aaron over there. Aaron and I will proceed with the cockpit setup. Roger, flight and MCC are all ready. Follow the procedures. Right, Aaron, you heard them. Let's get this thing ready for flight. Right. First, we will inspect the cockpit and set up the reminding switches. Okay, so we are ready to perform the pre-launch system tests. Use the run feature and complete the interior inspection checklist. All right, so interior inspection checklist is right here. Completely new set of checklists here, by the way. Interior inspection. So yeah, we're 90 minutes away from launch. Okay, let's run that. Okay, and we will get rid of this and we will go through. So we have lights, cabin lights on. I guess the cabin lights were already on. Dim light control 1. So that is behind me? Oh my gosh. I got used to where these, yeah. So up here, back there. What on earth? And you can use the arrow keys and the page up and down. Okay, I've never had to flick this. Dim light control 1. I guess that's the right. I could not see what that's saying at all. Okay, we got fuses. F6, I think, is a good way to look at this. Yep. And again, I find the arrows and the page up and down really help you kind of nail into this. So we have TR256 open. Don't know what that means. Okay. Event timer 0. Where's our event timer? This is our event timer here. It is 0. Okay, so we'll just worried about there. Oh, a lot of other things just blew by. They were already right. H2O. I don't know what that is. Open. That is, oh my gosh, it's on the roof. Look up. And it's upside down. Open. Okay. OAMS, that's the maneuvering system. Most of these, by the way, are fuses. They're like those circuit breaker switches that we saw in Mercury. But there's just a lot more of them, and they're just switches rather than these toggle breakers that we were seeing before. Lights, FDI on. Acme, bias power, primary. It's gotta go this way now. Primary, so there. Roll jet selectors, yaw, good, okay. Attitude driver switch. Now, I'll be the first to say I don't know what a lot of this is doing. I'm just flicking them. Okay. Evaporator max flow to max flow. Radio keying to continual interior PTT. Oh, it says mom there. Look at that. It's on mom right now, but they want me to put that on continue. Beacon rescue without light. Beacon C band on continuous. TMRT, and again, I could read the manual, find out what all these are, but I'm just not doing that quite yet. RT and acquire. Radio antenna selector on reentry. We have a scanner for scanning the horizon. We want that now off. Fuel cells. Fuel cells. So let's get into fuel cells. Okay. So a little bit different now. This guy has actual fuel cells for its primary power that take oxygen and hydrogen and uses electrolysis or whatever thing the fuel cells do to generate electricity. So we actually have cryogenic oxygen and hydrogen aboard. Very different from Mercury. There are backup batteries like solid state batteries, but these, okay, so we're going to be, what do we got to do? Turn the power off on the fuel cells. Okay. We got to turn the voltmeter to C. This is our voltage here. And then fuel cell power to warm up. Okay. So I guess that's warming up the fuel cells. Battery check at T minus 50 minutes. Okay, let's cue that one up. Back. Battery check at T minus 50 minutes. We'll add that on to our thing there. And what I think I'm going to do, actually, that's coming up in a little bit. And rather than time warp to that, let's get back to our command seat view, which was that one. There we go. Is what I think I'll do instead. Maybe this one will be better. No, I like that view first. Zoom on out. I'll leave this all queued up, but I'm looking at the time of the stream. I kind of just looked at this and said, we can get this started. I wanted people to see at least what the inside of the Gemini spacecraft. We'll start to go through more of these pre-check lists. I've not done any of this campaign, so I don't know where this is going, but I think what I'm going to be doing is just saving this. There is a save feature. You can save the state. It's a little bit primitive. You have to give it a name. So this is Gemini Mission 1 pre-flight. And we'll save that. Is there something else? Warning, it's not possible to save right now. Save state is disabled during power maneuvers or critical mission phases. Oh, shoot. Okay, so you know what? I'll just play it to this point then. That's what we'll do. What I'll do instead is I'll play the mission to this point next time, and then I'll start right from this point. But I think this is probably a good time for me to end this stream. We're going to pick up next week right where we left off with this, go through the rest of our checklists here, and see if we can not get this puppy into orbit. But that's all going to have to be for next week. So for now, thank everybody in the chat. Thank everybody watching this at a later date. Extra special thank you to the people who support this channel directly, either through Patreon or through YouTube membership. Have yourself a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you all next week. Bye, everybody.